Alright, welcome back. I don't know why I say alright when I make these videos. It doesn't make much sense to me, but fuck it. You know what I mean? Like I said yesterday, I don't give a shit anymore about a lot of things in life. I make my videos. I do things I want to do. I live my life. I am the fucking game, pal. You ever seen Entourage? Johnny Drama. Come on. I am the fucking game, pal. It is what it is. Alright, let's jump into it. Like I said, Entourage, my all-time favorite TV show of all time. You got HBO, Max, whatever it is, you gotta watch Entourage. Best show ever, right? Best show ever. Ari Gold, that's my life. Just going around and just fucking telling people how it is all day. Great show. Let's get back on topic here. This is an NFL Tuesday show here on the V.O.C. Yesterday's Monday show, we talked about shit that wasn't. We talked off script a little bit. Did whatever we wanted to, talked how I wanted. Look, it's going to happen. But I owe it to you viewers to talk about football, NFL football, to be exact, and that's what we're going to do today. Okay? No getting off topic, crazy shit, right? Come on. Alright, so as you can see from the title of this video, I'll jump into this first. Cam Newton signed a rest of the 1 year, rest of the season deal with the Panthers to come back to be their quarterback. Sam Darnold went down with injury. Looks like he's going to be out for the year. Their backup, who was their starter when they played the Cardinals, is P.J. Walker. Look, Cam's better than P.J. Walker. I think it's one of those things that we look at, and I think a lot of people were like, well, why didn't Cam have a job? Well, Cam didn't have a job because he wasn't vaccinated, right? And we saw the whole thing play out with Aaron Rodgers, like, you're out for how many days, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, so I don't know if Cam got vaccinated or not. I'm not sure. I'm not going to say he did or he didn't. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and fucking lie. I don't know. Bad journalism right here. But who gives a fuck? So that's what I'm saying. It's one of those where he wasn't vaccinated, got cut by the Patriots, not because he wasn't vaccinated. Like, we don't know why. Like, clearly they saw something with Mac Jones where it's like, look at them now. But for him not getting signed until midway through the season was most likely because he probably wasn't vaccinated, right? So he played a little bit in the game when they played the Cardinals, where they fucking destroyed the Cardinals, right? Cardinals have been best team all year, looking like they're really, really good. The Panthers, who are now 5-5 going there, beat them down 34-10. Cam threw a touchdown pass and he ran for 1-2. He had the infamous where he took his helmet off and he yells, "I'm back," or whatever, right? Look, Cam going back to the Panthers is the best situation for Cam. It is the best for Cam, and it's the best for the Panthers. He knows the area. The fans love him. And look, compared to a lot of the other quarterbacks out there that you could get right now, free agency-wise, Cam's your best choice. So if they want to make a push for this year, right, like, it's one of those things where, you know, he's most likely just quarterback for this year, and then they reassess again at the end of the year. But Cam will help them do whatever they want to do. Like, they have a really decent defense. He's got weapons. So it's one of those things where it's like, let him do what he does best, and that's what he did Sunday. Now, he'll move into the starting role after this week. Sorry, my mustache keeps getting in my mouth. I need to trim it a little bit. So he'll move into the starting role. I'm very uncomfortable, too. Like, I've been sitting in this chair now, and I'm like, fuck. Like, I want to move back to doing videos at the desk again, but then I have to move all that shit, and I'm like, fuck, like, that doesn't even sound fun to me. It's like, I don't want to fucking sit around and move shit. I can just fucking literally pull the chair back from where it usually is and make a video. Like I said, excuse the fuck out of me for wanting to live my life. Christ, do whatever I want. Don't give a shit anymore. Back to football. Like I said, it's one of those things where I don't know if the Panthers are going to make the playoffs, but they're 5-5 right now. You know, you get more wild card teams in now, so there's always a shot with some of these teams, and a team like the Panthers could be. Probably the other big news of last week, kind of after the Aaron Rodgers stuff kind of dwindled down, and we saw how that played out. Was Odell getting released, and then it was like, where's he going to choose? There was so many people reporting of like where people thought he'd go. I watched Dan Patrick this morning, the GOAT, and he was talking about how he heard from one of his sources, and Dan usually has very good sources on a lot of things, that like he was going to go to the Packers, and then he said no, I'm going to go to the Saints. No, I'm going to go to the Chiefs. Like there was like 3 or 4 teams that thought he was going to go to them, and then he just went to the Rams, and it like surprised a lot of people. Look, it turns out now that him going to the Rams, the day after he got signed, the first practice, Robert Woods tore his ACL, so he's out for the year. So they need him now. It isn't just a one anymore. It's like they need him. So, you know, it's one of those where it's like, at first I didn't get it, right? I was like, why would he go to the Rams when he'd be the 3rd receiver at most in that offense? He doesn't really... What is he going to give you at that position, right? And in Cleveland, he's mad because he wasn't getting the ball. So it's like, why would you go there? Look, I look at Odell. I like Odell. Always have. I look at him as kind of the Kyrie Irving of the NFL, right? Where he is one of those guys that... Does he really love the sport, or is he just very talented at the sport, right? Like Odell is one of those guys that has so much talent, so much athleticism, that it's one of those things, it's like, do you even like football, or are you just good at it? So that's why, like, when he went to LA, it's like, is it more of a career decision or business decision, right? Like, are you going to do more off the field than on the field? He already had a house in LA, so it's one of those things where it's like, I didn't get it. Now they need him, right? He made his debut last night, Monday Night Football. He had 2 catches, 18 yards. He didn't play a lot of snaps. Look, I didn't expect him... Excuse me. I didn't expect him to come out... I keep turning in this chair as I'm talking as well. What the fuck? I didn't expect him to come out and fucking light it up and have 12 catches for 153 yards, 2 touchdowns, right? It's like... They went to him deep once, and Stafford threw a pick. They got destroyed last night in a beatdown. 31-10 to the 49ers. Sean McVay cannot beat Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers. And the 49ers are not really that good, but it's like something about them. It's like they can't beat them. I think the last 4 or 5 times they played, the Rams have lost to them. So it is what... I mean, he's going to move in now, Odell, now moving back to Odell. It's like he's going to move into a bigger role with this offense in this team because they're going to need him to. And I think he can. I think he'll kind of... up his game a little bit and maybe re-energize him. But like I said before, I've always looked at OBJ as the Kyrie Irving of the NFL. It's like, do you love the sport, or are you just very talented at it? So we'll see. But there are still some questions. There's still some skepticism of, is it going to work or is it not, right? Do the Rams just have too many pieces to where it's like, on paper they're the best team, but are they going to do it, right? They've lost now 2 in a row. So we'll see. They go into their bye week now. You know, it should come off and be way better. Odell has a whole week now 2 weeks now to really prepare for the playbook and stuff like that. So, look, they're not panicking. I'm not panicking on the Rams. They're very talented. They have a very good coach. So it's one of those things. It's like, you got to wait and see it play out. Now I'll talk about kind of some of the games that played out in this group chat. I don't know. In college, there's this app called GroupMe or Group, whatever the fuck it's called. It's like you can put all your classes and you have a group chat. And the one group chat I'm in, it's like they blow the phone up for no fucking. And you get like if you send a text to the chat, it goes to everyone in the chat, right? So now, like right now in this group chat I'm in right now for my classes, they're arguing about if they got their grades back or not on one of our midterm. Some of the kids are like, I got mine back. I didn't get mine back. And then the other kids are like, I didn't get mine. Like, and then they get all pissed off. It's like, I don't fucking know what to tell you. Text the fucking professor. Don't text me, you fuck. Like, come on, dude. Like, this isn't how this shit works. My name's not on the door. My name's not on the syllabus. I'm a fucking student, right? This group chat's to help each other out. In this particular group chat, they don't fucking do none of that. They fucking hide all their answers. They are just, this group chat, sometimes, it just like makes me want to be like, what the fuck? But you keep it on there so you keep up to date with the class, but it's like, come on, dude. They fucking blow my phone up. If I get one more text from these fucks on this class, I'm gonna be like, dude, come on, really? Fuck. God. This is what my life's come to. I bitch about the text I get on my phone from my classmates. And then tonight's Tuesday, so I'm going to sit here after this video, I'll eat dinner, I'll edit this, put it up on YouTube, and then I'll fucking watch on the TV the playoff rankings, and I'll sit there and bitch about it to myself and be like, these are fucked up. This is what my life has come to. Mentally, I don't know how I live every day. Craziness going on right now. Like, this is what I bitch about text, and I bitch about the college football playoffs every week. This is Tuesday, it's going to happen. I don't get it. Fuck, my life is... This life ain't easy, man. I mean, come on. You guys want to think this life's easy. It's fucking not. Okay? It's not. Alright, back to back to football here. Back to what we're talking about. Alright, game results from this week. I'll kind of go through all the games, give my 2 cents on them a little bit. A lot of fucking blowouts. A lot of shit show games, because it's one of those where it's like I said before, we're getting close to Thanksgiving, week away, where we're really starting to understand who the really good teams are and who aren't the good teams, right? And if you're a middle team thinking you can get in the playoffs, you know, we'll see where you are within these next 2 weeks of like, are you, aren't you, right? I keep telling you guys that. That is what we have to look at. The Cowboys are now 7-2 as they destroy the Falcons, who are now 4-5. They've destroyed them 43-3. I've never seen this before. I was watching the game on Fox. So, I've never seen this shit. The game I had was the Cowboys-Falcons for 1 o'clock on Fox. The game was a fucking blowout. They changed the game to another game. I've never seen that shit. This never happened before. That was like the most embarrassing thing ever. Like, I've never seen it in a blowout. They were like, yeah, we're going to go to a different fucking game. I was like, what? They went to the Bucs-Washington football team game, and I was like, wow. Never seen that shit before. That shows you how terrible that game was. The Cowboys looking really good. I said it before. They're one of the top 3 teams in the NFL. They really are. Next game, Titans are now 8-2 as they beat the Saints, who are now 5-4. They beat them 23-21. There was a roughing the passer call or some sort it was the Saints defender had an interception in the end zone of Ryan Tannehill. Got called back because of roughing the passer call. If you watch it, it's not egregious, but I can see where Ryan Tannehill kind of got his helmet hit. Like, that's one of those wishy-washy plays in the NFL where it's like, do they call it, don't they call it, right? Because it's like, a quarterback gets hit in the helmet a lot. Technically, that's supposed to be a penalty. This time they called it. The Saints are bitching about it. Look, the Titans are a really good football team, even without Derrick Henry. Now they're 8-2. The Colts are now 5-5 after their win. Playoffs? Question mark? Maybe. Right? Like, they have a good roster, a good coach. It all depends on Carson Wentz. I think they play the Bills this week, so we'll see. But from where they started from the season and where they are now, much better. Like I said, this is where we're starting to see some of those teams that are ticking up and some of the teams that are ticking down, right? Like I said last week, a team that's ticking up and is looking very good for the playoffs and the rest of this football season, the Patriots. And they're now 6-4. They Belichicked the Browns. 45-7. Belichicked them. Just fucking destroyed them, right? I had to come up with something different than destroyed or killed. So I Belichicked them. Thought it was great, right? It's creative, I know. Big fucking brain. This guy right here, I am the fucking game guy. I am the fucking game. So now the Patriots, like I said, they're ticking up. The Browns are one of those teams where it's like they're ticking down. They played good against the Bengals last week. And you're like, oh, maybe they have something here. And then they get fucking destroyed. I mean, this is the NFL right now. You don't fucking know anything. And we want to sit here and make all these hard claims every week and poke the Bears and like, what? You can't, because we don't know what the fuck's going on. You watch a game week to week, you don't know. Lions and Steelers tie 16-16. Steelers didn't have Big Ben because of COVID. Just got another text from his fucking group chat. The Lions probably won't win a game all year. I mean, they won't go 0-17. I mean, at least got a tie, but look, I like Dan Campbell as a coach. I think he's very hard-nosed. I think he's the right guy, but it's like they are fucking light years away from winning anything. Like, they really are. It's one of those things where it's like after the Bucs game got over, they flipped it to then the Lions-Steelers game, and it was like one of those where it was like if the Lions don't win this game in overtime, like, they're going to fuck this up. Like, that's what I was thinking. I was like, they're going to fuck this game up somehow. And they did. Probably won't win a game. Like I said, Washington football team controlled the Bucs off of their bye. The Bucs came off their bye. Bucs have now lost 2 in a row. They're 6-3. They just didn't look good. Their defense is not as good as it once was last year. They haven't flipped a switch yet. If there is a switch to flip for them, they haven't switched it yet. Will they? I don't know. Tom had 2 interceptions. The one wasn't even his fault. It was... I mean, I think we should start talking about a ball off a wide receiver's hands or whatever that gets tipped or deflected, one of those. I think we need to start using those as a half interception, right? Like, we have half sacks, half a tackles, a half interception for tip balls and shit like that, because it was like literally in the guy's hands, he turned, and then the receiver got. It was one of the wildest fucking things ever. It's, to me, that's not really like an interception. It's not. But the Bucs, like, they came off their bye this last week, and we looked at what they did last year, and we said, man, when they come off their bye last year, they didn't lose a game, right? Well, you know, look, they're a little bit older, you know. They don't have AB. They haven't had AB. They don't have Gronk. They haven't had him. Tom loves those two, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, look, you have all the talent in the world, but if you're not comfortable in what you're doing, then you have some problems. So we'll have to see if, you know, and their secondary is still banged up. So it's one of those things where we'll just have to see moving as the season goes on. I still think they're very formidable to move ahead in the playoffs, but, you know, you got to wait and see, because if you made a judgment after the last, 3 weeks of them, you're going to be like, fuck, they're not going to, retain nothing. They're not going to win back-to-back Super Bowl. We don't know, right? But you can start to look at, like, man, that defense might not have it like they did last year. Can they find that again? I don't know. The Vikings and Eagles both win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Look, right now, kind of midway through the year, we have a lot of teams that are in that middle ground, right? It's like they're in the hunt, per se. So it's one of those things where we have to keep watching it move and progress. And like I said, some teams are going to go this way to playoff bids. Some of these teams are not going to. They're going to move down the pipe and say, we're going to look for our draft. That's our playoffs. And, the Vikings are one of those teams. The Eagles, I didn't think they'd be good. Not that they're good, but they... beat the Broncos, who beat the Cowboys last week, so it's like, okay. I still don't think they make the playoffs, but the worst spot to be as a professional team is in the middle. You either want to be the worst or you want to be the best. A lot of teams right now in the NFL are in the middle. A lot of soul searching, figuring out what they do moving forward. Like, that is literally the worst thing to be as a professional sports team, in the middle. Because it's like, where the fuck are we going? Are we going to go up or are we going to go down? So it's you either want to be terrible to where you have a rebuild strategy, or you want to be the best. There's nowhere to go down after that, right? A lot of teams are in that middle ground right now in the NFL. But we have to slowly, like I said, you have to watch this shit play out. And I've been saying this now since the start of the season. Around Thanksgiving, we get into December, that is when you can start making those definitive, boom, this team, that team, boom, boom, boom. Right now you can't. You got to watch it play out. Packers improved to 8-2 after they beat the Seahawks 17-0. Look, the Seahawks aren't very good this year. There's a lot of stuff. Russ got hurt. Russ shouldn't have played, but he was in Wisconsin, so he wanted to go back and play. Because he went to Wisconsin, so he wanted to play in the Green Bay game. He shouldn't have played. It was cold as fuck. You're not telling me his fingers were not, like, freezing or, like, felt like they were breaking off, literally. There's a lot of stuff that he just cannot cover up. There's a lot of problems with the Seahawks. They don't have it. It's looking like a divorce between Russ and the Seahawks is coming. And if I'm the Seahawks, I look at it and I go, you don't have a first-round pick this year. Jamal Adams is that, and he doesn't give you much anymore. He's not like what he was with the Jets. And then, so I think you got to look at it and you go, do we trade Russ to start a rebuild? Do they have to trade Russ to start a rebuild, to start something up? That's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this season plays out. And then how, like I said, it pains me to say that, But the Packers are probably the best team in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers is still really good. Devontae Adams. Jesus Christ. A lot of Adamses in the NFL. Devontae Adams is best receiver in football. And their defense looks really good. I hate to say it. Like I said, because Aaron Rodgers got away with murder, basically, with the whole COVID thing. Like, fuck it, whatever, do whatever you want. But I think that is, if I had to make a hard judgment, like right now, this week, hard take, like screaming at ESPN shit, it would be that the Packers are probably the best team right now in the NFL. I hate to say it, but they look really good. They look really good. Like, they very easily, if Aaron, like I said last week, if Aaron Rodgers would have played against the Chiefs, they would have beat him. I mean, that's how it is. The last thing I'll talk about here, look, I think it's fucking funny. I told you guys this weeks ago. I had a video about this, or video titling it, and I fucking went into depth on it. The Chiefs were never dead, and now they're number one in the AFC West. No surprise to me. They're the best team in the AFC West. They have the best quarterback. They have the best coach. But, you know, everybody was going around saying, oh my God, they're done, they suck, they're awful, blah, blah, blah. I said, you have to wait and see, and I told you, they're not dead until they're dead. They're not dead. Big brain right here. You want fucking smart shit? Listen to this guy. This guy fucking knows, right? Because I am the fucking game, pal. I fucking told you guys. Wait and see. Until they don't make the playoffs, they're dead. Well, they're now first in the division. And not only are they first in the division, they destroyed the fucking Raiders, who, the Raiders aren't very good. I think Raiders are one of those teams where their record's better than what they really are. Look, I mean, they had a cute little season, but they're not, I mean, they're like an 8-9, 7-10 team. I mean, yeah. They're not anything crazy. So the Chiefs just beat them 41-14 in Las Vegas. Chiefs are now 6-4, first in the division. Patrick Mahomes had 406 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions. And fucking looked like Patrick Mahomes. This is why you cannot sit up here every day after the NFL games and fucking get on a fucking pedestal and start screaming and pointing at the TV or the camera, talking to the TV, being like, hard take and blah, 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 and this team's terrible and that team, because this is the shit that happens in the NFL. 1 week, we think something about one team, and then the opposite thing happens, right? Like, this is what I kept telling you guys. You have to wait and fucking see with the NFL. Chiefs are the prime example. We threw them off. I didn't. People threw them off, screaming in the fucking 4 letters, threw them off, worst team ever. Patrick Mahomes has problems he'll never be able to fix, blah, blah, blah. No, what happened was Patrick Mahomes, frankly, throws up a lot of fucking balls, and a lot of them were just getting picked or batted down or not caught. Like, to me, when you watch him, he was trying to throw way too much to Tyreek Hill. Didn't really throw to Kelsey that much. Fucking Sunday, you watch the game, he fucking threw to Kelsey a lot, and it was like, that is their offense. To me, their offense is Travis Kelsey. I get Tyreek Hill, he's fast, he's unstoppable, but to me, their offense moves through Travis Kelsey. If you give him the ball, that opens up everything else, because he's done some crazy fucking shit. So it's like, you get it to the tight end, that opens everything else up. They did that Sunday. I think they'll continue to do it. But this is why you have to wait and see. You cannot make bold, stupid arguments right now. And that's what we do when we fucking look at the sports media and we look at the NFL. It's like, you got to have the hot take. You got to say something fucking radically dumb to get people's attention. Well, that shit doesn't keep people watching. Prime example is the Chiefs. I told you, they're not dead until they were dead. They're not dead at all. They're going to win their division, and they're going to make the playoffs. Do they go far in the playoffs? I don't have a fucking clue. They still have problems defensively, but their defense looked really good against the Raiders. But who knows? They play the Cowboys this week. That will be the tell. If they beat the fucking Cowboys, then I can only imagine what everybody's going to fucking lead with on fucking Monday, walking in on fucking Screamin' A's show, or the Slip Bayless guy. Like, dude, if they beat the Cowboys, which I think the Cowboys will beat them. It's at Kansas City. They beat the Cowboys, then it's going to be, that's all you're going to fucking hear about. Oh, this team, I told you they were that good, blah, blah, blah. I told you, this guy right here, big brain, you wait and see, and look where they're at now. Top of the division. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, fuck. I mean, how many fucking times I gotta be right around here? I mean, look, I hate being that guy, but I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, you can fucking hate on it, but I think I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And clearly I do. Clearly, this guy's big brain. I am the fucking game, pal. And like I said, but no, seriously, I mean, we gotta wait and see. And like I said, we're getting close to that point these next 2 weeks where it's like, okay, then we can start making the bold, rational, crazy fucking ideas, and that's what we'll do. But until then, we have to watch the games play out and see who's slowly moving up, who's getting better, who's slowly moving down. That's going to do it for the V.O.C. NFL Tuesday here. Like I said, a lot of shit's happening in the NFL. It's fucking wild. This is the NFL. And it's fun to watch. It's great for us to watch. We just have to watch it play out. And don't fucking pound your fist and say stupid shit every week. Just calm down. Just calm down and watch the games. Watch the pros do their job. That's going to do it.